Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our wonderful series, going through the houses and divulging the true meaning of the houses with beloved, beautiful Prashant Trivedi. So, beloved, please illuminate us on the truth and what's really going on with the fifth house.
Okay, so we'll go back to the fourth first, isn't it? Like we have to always start from where we left off, because it's a cycle. So you have to understand what that was. Like the fourth house was the rest. Okay, the terms, it is the rest. Like you're resting in your house, you're resting.
You come back from the journey, right?
And the place of rest. Okay, it's a place of rest. Okay, once you're rested, what happens after that? Next.
Well, you would want to go explore and expand and learn, right?
Yeah. Okay, so once you're rested, then you are ready for learning, right? Like you said, learning, or because now you're fresh, mentally fresh, right? Okay, to that thing. So that's where fifth house comes. So it's the mental house. It's the learning house. Okay, because you rested, now you're ready for the learning. Okay, so then when you start looking into things, okay, so then it's a house of when you start looking into something, what you like, what you don't like. Okay, likes, dislikes. So what you love, what you don't love, like, okay, so all of that starts happening now. Your perception and your basically choices. So it's a very important point, the fifth house. It's a crucial point because this is going to decide which direction you will move forward in. So it becomes a very crux house. It's a very important house. So that's why in the Vedic Jyotish, it was called Lakshmi's Sthan. Lakshmi's Sthan. Lakshmi is, like a goddess, or, where Lakshmi means gold. Okay. So
gold?
Gold.
Oh,
like Goa.
Oh,
like you have a goal. Like, so, and when you have a goal and then getting to that goal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that energy of that getting to that goal. Okay, so setting up of the goal happens in the fifth house.
Interesting how it's opposed the 11th, which is related to that too. Yeah, the goals.
Yes. So you start with your first, with yourself. Okay, in the fifth, you're gonna set your goal now. After eating, traveling, resting, whatever, which was happening up till now. This is the first. So it becomes a serious house in that kind of way, because whatever's going to happen here, it's going to decide your future direction. Okay, you're deciding, you're starting on the journey in that way. So it's important that choices are made here and that you are going for the right choices and everything. So that's why it becomes a house of intelligence and discrimination. Okay.
So in the second, where it's the knowledge that you say, so the knowledge applied in the second, so being applied, that's the fifth house, right?
The fifth house, yeah. Okay. Because it is where you have to do the discrimination. And whatever knowledge more you gain from the fifth, you can apply to second again.
Oh, okay.
Because you can find your intelligence and intellect more. For example, then like what to eat, what not to eat, second house can come from fifth house too, because the fifth house is giving those things, right? The fifth is the house which is giving you the intelligence and discrimination, basically. So whatever the fifth house things are going to be applied at any house. You can apply that in the third house, where to travel, where not to travel, where to go, where not to go. Okay, fourth house, what kind of house to stay in, not to stay in, how to treat your body, not to treat your body. First house. Fifth house can be applied to all houses. Okay. So that's why it's an important trine. 1, 5, 9 other important trines. So it's the second half of the trine. First is your body and self, which is very important, right? Without that, there's nothing. You take that out, everything crumbles anyways. Okay. And the next crucial thing which is really happening is fifth house. Okay. It's a very crucial house because out here you're going to decide, you're going to see, and you're going to decide, okay, which direction you're going to flow in. Okay, so So this becomes a very important house. And in this house, in the Vedic times, they used to say like mantra, in the Vedic word mantra, like Sanskrit term, which is basically repetition of certain kind of sentences or any kind of praises. So what that was considered part of fifth house. So mantra is actually fifth house. Okay, so it is a house where, let's just say, it's not automatic. Okay, this house, I mean, second house, you can get something from your family, immediately, automatically, something, food or whatever, shelter, and you might have some friends you can go out with in third house, okay, or play with the friends to play with, or fourth house, you're coming back home, you have it from birth, all of those things. Okay, fifth house is not an automatic house. Here you will have to work. So all the focus here is on, like, if you want to improve your intelligence, you will have to work. So that work is mantra, which is repetition of the right principles, right things, which strengthens this house. So it's a very work-oriented house. So intelligence doesn't come without that work, basically. That's what the point is. It's not an automatic house, this one. Okay. It's one of those non-automatic houses, basically. So just like first house health, also, you have to continuously do something in order to stay healthy. Otherwise you won't stay healthy. Like, it's a proactive house, the first house. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like same way, fifth house requires even more work, actually, and people don't realize that. So a lot of people, this is a house a lot of people on this plane don't even work on at all, because you can live without it. I mean, you don't really need intelligence to survive in this world. Yeah, you can have luck and you can just do very sort of mindless kind of jobs, or jobs that don't require intelligence, and still survive, right? So fifth has gotten way back in the, so that's where, like, people are saying people are getting dumber and dumb and dumber and whatever this whole thing is, that, the whole lack of education in universities and schools and all of that relates to lack of fifth house, lack of intelligence.
Yes.
And lack of work on intelligence. So, for example, if you were in a school which taught you the right things from early age, 4, 5, and 6, and then you will carry on having that kind of thing forward, so you'll take that thing forward, right? So, and then you'll keep on working at it. So by the time you're 17, 18, you'll have a certain degree of intelligence only just by actually practicing it. So that has been taken out of people. So what is being taken out? Intelligence. Okay. Because this intelligence is beyond the mind. So if the West, like, or whatever things which happen are like called mind programming, like, like in the West, it's the term for it's mind programming, like,
yes,
the TV programs come, everything comes to program your mind. Okay. This is rising above that.
So would you say it's like intelligence imbued with some sort of a spiritual consciousness?
Yes. Atmic intelligence, which we discussed, that word Atma in another talk.
Oh, so yes.
People can look at that talk. Okay. So the Atmic intelligence.
Oh, wow.
So what is called the mind, the mind, that is in the fourth house.
Okay.
Okay. It's the fourth sign. But there's more Atmic intelligence. Okay. So it's beyond that. So.
And how does the development of the heart play into this? Because I remember from our fourth house talk, you said it was the beginning through the psychology in which the heart is created, but finishes in the fifth.
Fifth is because, like, see, heart means basically intelligence only in the end. Yeah. So, like, the word like love comes with heart.
Yes.
Now, love is a half form of the word evolve, EVOLLOVE, which is evolve means you have to raise yourself. Okay, so evolution. So the whole crux becomes evolution out there in the fifth house. So that's the heart intelligence. That's a real intelligence. you know.
Wow,
So
yes.
so like then if you say like I'm having a heart, and that makes me go above the mind programming which the society gives me or anything like that. Where is that going to happen? That's going to happen in the fifth house.
That makes so much sense. Yes. And it's like everyone, you're not subject to all this programming. It's like you can easily get out of it with this simple tool.
Yeah. So fifth house provides you all those things. And the main tool
Nice.
here is repetition.
Oh,
Repetition.
okay.
Yeah. So once you know the right thing, you have to repeat it. Okay.
Oh, yes.
So that it goes into your consciousness.
Mm.
So that's why it's mantra. Like the Vedic concept of mantra, best lot of people know the word mantra now, and they know that mantra means like you have to take this thing and you have to repeat this. But why repeat? Is because it has to sink in. It should not stay too superficial. Okay, I know that. Okay, but 2 months later or 2 years later, you will be like acting opposite of that knowing. Okay, then you don't really know that.
Mantras are very powerful. It's
Yeah.
very synchronistic that you're mentioning this now, because my friend, she has her first lord in the fifth house in Uttra Bhadrapada. It's Mars. She has Mars there, and she started doing this mantra work. She reads your nakshatra book, and she's been following the mantras from the Vedas. And she told me that she's having such a profound shift in her energy and in her consciousness just through the repetition. She's been doing it every single day, and that she's noticed such a huge change because of it.
Yeah, and that too, with your intelligence, you can make what to say and what to repeat and stuff like that. Because sometimes people are repeating things in Sanskrit and they don't know what those things mean.
Yeah.
So that is not that you can make it in your own language, in English, and anything.
Oh,
things
good.
which you know. So that aids intelligence more, rather than repeating something which you don't know. Okay, or you just parroting. That's not the point of fifth house. In fifth house is about understanding and gaining an understanding. So you always go into things, like I'm a being, or I want my well-being, simple things like that in English, and start repeating those kind of things, and then you take it forward from there. A lot of things, so it's a huge, vast house in that way. It has a lot of work, but the thing with this house is that it doesn't happen without work. You can't gain this intelligence just by living your normal life and not applying yourself. You will have to apply yourself in this. Okay, so it's not an automatic house. Okay, there are a lot of automatic houses which I will reveal later. Whether you do something or not, things will come to you anyway. It doesn't, if it's from your past karmas, if you have the luck from the past and stuff. But this is not a house.
Interesting how you're mentioning that it involves effort, and I know following the fifth is the sixth, which is the house of effort. So I'm wondering that connection.
We will go into that next time. But you're getting that, like, so heart is formed by intelligence only. Okay. Okay, if you say like somebody has a good heart, like it doesn't mean anything if they don't have the intelligence. That means they can tell what is right, what is wrong, what is the thing, what is the thing to do in anything and stuff like that. So
does investments really belong to this house like they say it does?
Okay, I'll explain to you how. Again, it's intelligence. It's, you have to take a decision, right?
Oh, it's just knowing what to invest in, right?
Yeah, this one or that one.
Got it. And how do children play into this?
Okay. Because it's a house of creativity.
Yes. Oh.
Creativity, because out of intelligence will come
creativity. Oh, okay.
Out of intelligence. Okay. Now, if you know something, it's a topic, then you can talk about it and you can write something about it, or that thing.
That's right. Yeah.
You can express it. You can express it or whatever. Like, okay, so that is fifth house. Okay. So the same thing. Some people use that creativity to procreate instead of creation. Procreation.
They're creating children. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's all. So because there's a whole sense of like self. They're your self clones. You're putting yourself forward to the fifth house. Okay, you're putting the self forward to the fifth house. So that is like another you. Okay, which is going to go into the future. Okay.
Yes.
So that sense. So that a lot of people are ready to do. because that doesn't require that much effort. Like to make your own intelligence, sharper and get your own intellect, buddhi, better requires work and effort. So instead of doing that effort, a lot of people just try to use fifth house as just procreation, because that is not much effort to make a kid. That is not that much effort. So it's the easy way out.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So to the masses, that part appeals much more.
Yeah.
Than the other bit.
If they would just not be so lazy and do the work, we would have such more evolution.
Yes. So when you're lazy, you can always procreate using fifth house.
Yeah. It's a business here in the United States. You wouldn't believe it. There's so many women that I see live around here. They have children and sign them up in the government programs, and they get paid from it monthly. Yeah,
that is another gains, you getting some second house or 11th house from that. That's another matter. But what I'm saying is, actually, it's just not putting in that effort, because fifth house requires effort. When like right now people are trying to make themselves more aware and more conscious. That's the term. Like they have to put effort, right? Like it doesn't happen. You have to keep on working at it, isn't it? Take some people take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You add it.
Absolutely. And personally, I like it better when it takes effort, when I have to sweat and work for it and attain it. I feel like now I can embody it and I've earned it.
So fifth house is that work, which most of the people don't want to do. Like fourth house, everyone understands. That's more easy for people, because it's like more primary education. But this is more higher education, fifth house.
Yeah.
So that higher education, not many people want to take. Like primary education, like okay, just learning some language to basics and all of that, and just surviving in the world from that. And that is, and that level of thing, So fifth house is all these things. So it's a very crucial crux sort of house, basically. And it shows like how, whether you want to put in that effort, like, repetition, because tapasya, the Sanskrit concept of penance, tapasya, had praise, repetition. The repetitions were the crucial bit of that work, and that's all from the fifth house. Yeah. And what you'll choose to repeat also,
Yes.
Your intelligence has to guide what you're going to choose to repeat.
Now, I remember you had mentioned PBS, praise, bow, serve, in relation to the trine of the first, fifth, ninth.
Yes.
So which one belongs to each house?
Okay. P will be fifth.
Praise is the fifth.
Yeah, and the bowing is ninth.
Bowing is ninth. Okay.
And services you want to do with the self, with the body. Like.
The body. Got it. Okay. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. So fifth house is that. I mean, whenever you like something, anyways, you say, oh, I like that. Okay. So that's praise.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You listen to some music and you say, I like that. Okay. So where's that coming from? Fifth house.
Yeah.
Okay. Any such thing, more liking leads to the word love, and which is again comes to evolve, the same way. So that all of that. What is the house called?
Oh, and that's why they I just realized that's why in the Western too they associate it with romance and that initial thing, because it's the liking that turns into a stronger love.
Yeah. So it's five. So it's fifth. Everything that is fifth, all of that.
Oh, okay.
But the whole point is, if it is kept in an evolutionary point, the fifth house, then only it will increase your intelligence. Okay.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you cannot increase your intelligence in fifth house. So that's where your likings will, like you say, like I like that music or sound, but you don't know whether that's going to evolve you or devolve you. Okay. So you're not taking that into account. You're just saying I like it, but you're not taking it further than that. There's much more work required than just I like it. There is, okay, like what is this going to do? What kind of quality of sound that is? What is this? What is that? There's much more work involved, which you're not willing to do.
Oh, yes.
So then you will use it superficially, this house. You'll never get into the depths of it, So, and then your choices, you will not see like whether this evolves me or not. Like I just like it, okay. Okay, and the beings which are making that sound or music or something, they might be not beings like you, which you might happen to be vegetarian, and those people are not, you know, vegetarian. They might be doing things differently, and they might be people on all kinds of substances and things like that, you know. So that vibration is there in that sound. Now, even if you like it, and if you get into it more, then that will have an effect on you. Okay, which will be a devolving effect. Okay, so discriminating all these things and working all of that out is the fifth house job. Basically.
Okay. I never realized how crucial and important it was.
Yes.
It's like the choice, everything, it creates the path forward.
Yes. So in the so-called multiple masters and stuff like that, fifth house is very superficial. Yeah, I just like that. Oh, I like this. Or like it just works like that.
Yeah, beer and football.
Yeah, whatever. Like it's so that's where lack of effort clearly shows in this house.
It's like a laziness of the mind.
Yeah, like of your ability, that thing. You don't want to go deeper. You don't want to that thing. You don't even want to get to the point of human life. Like, what is the point of human existence? These kind of questions. Where do they come from? Like, what is the point of human existence? Fifth house.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So if you don't go into what's the point of human existence, then you will not try to find the answer to that. And if you don't try to find the answer to that, then you're not going to grow in intelligence for sure. So then everything you like or dislike or that thing will be just based on whims and fancies. Like it's a whim.
Yeah.
It's whimsical then. Okay. The same house will become whimsical, and same house which can be very intelligent and very cognitive and very conscious will function on that level. Okay. So this is how it's separating a lot of the muggles and masses from beings who are trying to get rid of that.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And in numerology being the fifth, the fifth, one of the common things is that it's about change. So it's like that is the place where it sets the path, whether it changes this way or that way. Is that how it relates with the 5 number?
Yeah, it is basically putting light on things. It's a solar house. Number 5 is the sign Leo. It's a solar.
The sun.
Sun. Okay, just putting light on things.
Oh, okay.
Illumination. Okay, having clarity and illumination.
Nice. Okay. Interesting. The moon and the sun, which rule, this construct so much, is the 4th and the 5th. Yeah.
4th and the 5th. Yeah. So moon was there in the 4th. You're resting and all of that. That's what you do when you sleep and stuff in the nighttime and stuff. When the moon is out, mostly you're sleeping. And resting. So all of that is so again when the day comes up and then you have to start
be active.
Making all these decisions.
Yes.
Yeah, basically, and all of that. That's what is happening out there. So you're understanding how important this house is basically, and to use it properly and wisely, and all the questions, like the questions it comes up with, to go into those questions, like what is human life for? What are we doing here? And all of these questions, which fifth house brings up. A lot of people it brings up in them, like different times, but they would just ignore that and carry on. And if you ignore this, then you don't develop it.
You don't unlock the potential of the house that can,
Yeah. So this is the crucial house.
Yes.
After your body, first is yourself, which is your body, which has been given as a tool. The next crucial thing is this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a very crucial juncture we have come to. Like it's a triangle junction of the 159, which is a triangle. They form a triangle. Okay, so this is the second important part of that triangle. So
yes.
Okay, so we have reached there, and that's the key of evolving. Basically, even the term evolving, even the concept comes from fifth house, like that there is evolution, that we have to go higher, or we have to,
Yeah, and I just had an image of like the sun and how it evolves the plants to grow.
Yes. Any which way you want to look at it, like you can look at it many ways, and all of that comes under the fifth house umbrella. Okay, so very crucial, very important house out there. Like so,
Wonderful. Wonderful. So grateful, beloved, for you sharing this beautiful, beautiful knowledge with us all. And we will see you guys back with the sixth house.